Before we start to print our 3D model, we need to slice it into G-code for the 3D printer to read. Okay, so over here you see my screen. This is the slicer called Cora. Okay, so we will be teaching you to use this slicer to print your 3D model. Okay, to print the cube. So over here you will see a few settings. Okay, I need you to remember a few settings. Okay, first is the printer setting. Okay, over here as default you will see we already choose it for you. Okay, which is the Geeetech A10M. So this is the printer that we will use to print our cube. Okay, in the future I will prepare one video which teach you how you can set up your 3D slicer, okay, accordingly to your 3D printer, so that you can print your own model. Okay, so over here you will click on the only option, okay, or the option that shows you Geeetech A10M. Okay, you click on it and over here you will see this. Okay, so you can drag the Windows view, okay, left and right, okay, left and right, okay, by clicking on the right button on your mouse. Okay, you click and drag on the right button so that you can drag your view. Okay, if you want to zoom in and out, you just scroll your mouse to zoom in and out. Okay, if you want to move this box to somewhere else, you click on the scroll button and drag it so that you can see the box is actually moving. Okay, so this is the three main control that you will use. Okay, so over here this part shows the material setting. So for now we will stay it as generic PLA, okay, which is the material that we will use. And the next one will be the print setting. Over here you will see there's a few default settings provided by the Cora. Okay, so we will choose the normal one, the draft one. Okay, we will choose the draft or normal one. Okay, so we will choose the normal one to print our model. So once I click on the normal, it will change a few settings over here. Okay, so let's wait for a while because the computer is actually a bit laggy. Okay, so over here you will see the settings already changed. So right now let's drag and drop our 3D model into the slicer. So I switch on the file. Okay, so this is our model. I drag and drop it in. So once it drop in, you will see this part is our 3D model. Okay, this one is our 3D model. So you can move it along the X, Y, the X is red, okay, X, Y, and the Z. Okay, the reason why we can't move it as the Z because it's already set that the object should be on the plate. That's why we can move it upwards. Okay, so over here if you move your X to the right, the value over here actually increases. Okay, if I put it back to 0, okay, if you move it to the right, it increases. If you move it to the left, it decreases over here. Okay, same thing for the Y. If you move it in front, it increase. Move it to the back, it will decrease. Okay, Z also the same. Upward it increase, downward it decrease. Okay, so right now we will make everything to stay as at the center, so 0 0 0, so that it will be at the center. Okay, and the next thing that you can do is this, the scale option. So you can move, same thing, you drag it to make it bigger. Okay, drag it to the right, drag it to the left to make it smaller. Okay, same thing for the Y. Okay, you can play along with this one. Okay. So over here, when we drag, you can see it increases uniform in uniform. So you actually can make it increases not in uniform by untick this uniform scaling. Okay, you will see it just increases by the x value. Okay, right now we will just set everything as 20, okay, 20 millimeter, which is our original size. Okay, so over here, this size 20 by 20 by 20 millimeter is mean 2 cm. Okay, so once we get our model, I need you to measure the size of the cube to see whether your 3D printer is printing it at the correct size. Okay, so once we finish scaling it, you have another option, which is the rotate. So rotate, you can rotate it same thing x, y, and z also according to the position you want. So for now, we will just make it remain like this. Okay. Okay. So okay. So right now, over here at the print setting, I need you to do a few settings for me. Okay. So first thing, which is the layer height and the initial layer height. For the layer height, we will make it as 0.2. Okay. And the initial one should be actually slightly thicker from the layer height. So we will make the initial layer height as 0.3. Okay. Once you complete this layer height, we will move on to the infill. Okay. So you scroll down and find infill. So inside the infill, over here, we will set the density as 10. Okay. The pattern as grid. In the future, I will teach you what does these settings mean, okay, that you do. Once you complete this one, move down to the material part, okay, we need to set the temperature. So for the printing temperature, we will make it as 175, okay, and the build plate temperature, we will make it as 60, okay. Once you complete these three settings, okay, the layer height, okay, infill, and the temperature, once you complete these three settings, you click on the slice button. I click on it, and you will see it actually starts slicing. Once it's complete, you will get the estimated volume of, estimated material that you need to print, and the estimated time for it to complete. So you click on the preview button. This one actually shows how your 3D printer will move. Okay, so you can decrease it by the layer over here, dragging this scroll over here, and then this part you will see this one over here, this nozzle. Okay, this means the 3D printer will move in this order. Okay, so you can try to drag it and see how it actually moves. Okay, so right now we need to save this file as the Geeetech file. So over here I need you to click on save to file, and over here inside here the file name, we will name it as calibration cube. Okay, once you finish insert your file name, okay, press on save. over here it will pop up a message for you to say that the file is saved. Okay, you can click on open folder and you will have this G-code file. Okay, so you right click on it, click on open with, and click on notepad. You will see this one. Okay, all of this that you can see is actually the G codes. Okay, so when you put this file into the 3D printer, the 3D printer actually will go for one each line of the code to print out your cube, your calibration cube. Okay, so over here, okay, once we have the calibration file, now I need you to take the SD card from the 3D printer. Okay, and then we will copy this file into the SD card, and then we will switch on the printer to make it print.